Welcome to the Alternatives Public Meeting about a Florida Department of Transportation study to determine the future of Cortez Bridge on State Road 684, Cortez Road in Manatee County, Florida. The FDOT held a public kickoff meeting on April 30th, 2013 to introduce you to the Project Development and Environment, or PD&E study process that we are following, and to determine the issues that are important to you as we conduct the study. The study limits are along State Road 684, Cortez Road, from State Road 789, Gulf Drive, to 123rd Street West, a distance of almost 1 mile. State Road 684 is a designated hurricane evacuation route. The purpose of the study is to address the deteriorating structural condition and substandard features of the bridge, not to add traffic capacity. The FDOT has developed long-term bridge rehabilitation and replacement alternatives. The no-build or repair alternative is also considered viable throughout this study. This PD&E study began in January 2013 and is scheduled for completion in summer 2015. It will conclude with a determination of whether the bridge is repaired, rehabilitated, or replaced. If the replacement alternative is selected, the type of bridge will be identified. An analysis of various two-lane replacement alternatives continues. FDOT is studying low-level drawbridge, mid-level drawbridge, and high-level fixed bridge designs. We also considered a tunnel alternative. The FDOT is currently doing a short-term repair project which began in May 2014 to keep Cortez Bridge safe and operable for up to 10 years, or until 2025. Please speak with an FDOT representative for more information about the repair project. Now, let's describe the alternatives under consideration. First, the no-build or repair alternative. While no one can precisely predict how long repairs will last, the no-build repair alternative includes continued repairs and routine maintenance of Cortez Bridge to keep it safe and operable for up to an additional 10 years following the current 10-year repair project, or until 2035. After the 10-year repair, the bridge would need to be replaced. The no-build repair alternative would not prevent the need to potentially restrict heavy vehicles, meaning that heavy trucks such as commercial delivery or moving trucks could be restricted. Repairs include replacement of the beams and deck on the 6 spans in the worst condition to address beam deficiencies. The existing piles and pile caps will remain. The no-build repair project would require closure of the bridge for 9 weeks and a detour via Anna Maria Bridge or Ringling Bridge to maintain traffic during construction. The no-build repair alternative will keep the same functionally obsolete substandard roadway width. The roadway width is not sufficient to provide any shoulders, and the brush curbs do not meet current safety standards. Despite repairs, the existing bridge would continue to deteriorate. Furthermore, the bridge would remain susceptible to damage from ship impact and storm surge due to its substandard foundations and low profile, respectively. The no-build repair alternative will remain viable throughout the analysis and evaluation process. Next is the rehabilitation alternative. The rehabilitation alternative includes performing major repairs to the fixed and movable portions of the bridge. While no one can precisely predict how long these repairs will last, the rehabilitation alternative is intended to extend the service life of the bridge for up to an additional 25 years following the current 10-year repair project, or until 2050. After the 25-year rehabilitation life, the bridge will need to be replaced. The rehabilitation alternative was evaluated after FDOT conducted an extensive inspection and testing program. Rehabilitation includes the complete replacement of all the beams and deck to address their condition and improve their reliability. The existing piles and pile caps will remain. However, the rehabilitation alternative would keep the same functionally obsolete substandard roadway width. The original piles and foundation would remain and would continue to be affected by the extremely corrosive saltwater environment. Additional repairs would be required periodically on the piles and other structural components to maintain structural adequacy. While the rehabilitation alternative would extend the service life of the bridge by up to 25 years, the foundation, piles, and pile caps will have exceeded their design life by over 60% in those 25 years. The bridge piles would continue to deteriorate, and the bridge would continue to be susceptible to damage from ship impact and storm surge, damage that, if severe, could close the bridge for several weeks. The rehabilitation alternative will keep the same functionally obsolete substandard roadway width and brush curbs, since widening to accommodate additional shoulder areas is not viable due to the existing structural capacity and the capacity of the electrical and mechanical systems of the movable span. A temporary bridge is required to maintain traffic during construction, but the potential to restrict heavy vehicles would be avoided. The temporary bridge will also result in additional temporary construction and environmental impacts. The replacement alternatives provide a long-term solution with a 75-year life following the current 10-year repair project, or until 2100. Only a 2-lane bridge is studied because State Road 684, within the study limits, is classified as a constrained roadway by the Sarasota-Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization. This means there are no long-term plans to widen Cortez Road within the study limits. FDOT developed a modern, typical cross-section for the replacement alternatives. It includes 2 12-foot lanes and 2 10-foot shoulders, which can accommodate bicyclists and disabled vehicles, providing more reliable and safer operations, including during an evacuation. 8-foot sidewalks are on both sides. Next, the study analyzed new bridge alignments within the existing corridor. They are a center alignment, a north alignment, and a south alignment. The north alignment is about 9 feet away from the existing bridge, and the south alignment is about 15 feet away from the existing bridge. The project length is not significantly different for the alignments, therefore construction costs are not significantly different between the north and south alignments. The center alignment has been dropped from further consideration because it requires a long detour or a $14.9 million temporary bridge. The existing vertical clearance of Cortez Bridge at the Intracoastal Waterway is 17.5 feet. U.S. Coast Guard establishes guide clearances at this location. They are a minimum 21-foot vertical navigational clearance for a new drawbridge and a minimum 65-foot vertical navigational clearance for a new fixed bridge. The horizontal guide clearance for all bridge replacements is 90 feet perpendicular between fenders. However, we are considering a 100-foot channel, which is 10 feet greater than the existing horizontal clearance, to match the clearances at Ringling Bridge and the proposed Anna Maria Bridge. The wider channel will be safer and allow vessels to pass through the channel faster. FDOT has developed the following conceptual bridge designs. A low-level drawbridge, similar to the existing bridge, with a 21-foot vertical clearance when the bridge is closed. A mid-level drawbridge, with a 45-foot vertical clearance when the bridge is closed. The higher clearance allows about 50% of the boats that currently require the bridge to open to pass underneath without opening the bridge, potentially cutting the number of openings by half and reducing delays for vehicles and vessels. And a high-level fixed structure with a 65-foot vertical clearance allows 98% of all vessels that currently use the channel to pass under the bridge, resulting in no delays. All bridge replacement alternatives include removal of the existing bridge once traffic has been shifted to a new bridge. If the replacement option is selected, there are currently no plans to leave any portion of the existing bridge for recreational use. The combination of 2 alignments and 3 bridge replacement heights results in 6 bridge replacement alternatives. In order to quantify the costs and potential impacts associated with the alternatives, FDOT analyzed the no-build repair alternative, the rehabilitation alternative, and the 6 replacement alternatives. The results are included on the Alternatives Analysis Matrix poster board and in your project handout. Aerial photographs with the alternatives are displayed for your review. Representations of the bridge heights are also displayed. FDOT considered a tunnel alternative. The estimated construction cost for a tunnel is approximately $161 million, not including additional costs for right-of-way or annual operations and maintenance. Based on this estimate, the tunnel alternative cost far exceeds the cost of any of the bridge replacement or rehabilitation alternatives. The study team also considered environmental effects resulting from the tunnel alternative, possible effects to the natural environment caused by dredging, and the high cost of a tunnel, among other factors, resulted in elimination of the alternative from further consideration. Analyses of the social, cultural, natural, and physical environments that surround the bridge are an important component of this study. Environmental effects that are studied include wetlands, seagrasses, floodplains, threatened and endangered species, water quality, hazardous materials, recreational sites, historic districts, historic structures, and archaeological sites. No significant effects are expected as a result of any of the alternatives. Effects are listed on the Alternatives Analysis Matrix display board and in your project handout. The department will review comments received as a result of this alternatives public meeting and, together with the engineering and environmental analyses, refine the viable build alternatives. Then we will conduct a thorough analysis of potential environmental effects and document the findings in several reports. We also will continue coordination with local governmental entities. The recommended alternative and the no-build repair alternative will be presented at a formal public hearing where your comments will be solicited again. The hearing is tentatively scheduled for spring 2015. Following the hearing, FDOT will submit the recommended alternative for approval to the Federal Highway Administration, the lead federal agency for this study. The engineering and environmental study of Cortez Bridge is scheduled for completion in summer 2015. The design phase for further repair, rehabilitation, or replacement of Cortez Bridge is scheduled to begin in fiscal year 2016. Right-of-way acquisition, if needed, and construction phases are not funded in FDOT's adopted 5-year work program for fiscal years 2015 through 2019. Your comments are a very important part of this study. Before you leave this public meeting, please visit either of the 2 display areas in the room. FDOT representatives are available at each area to answer questions about the alternatives and the study. If your questions can't be answered this evening, we will respond to you when an answer is available. Please complete a comment sheet today and place it in a comment box, or take home a comment sheet, complete it, and mail it by September 8, 2014. Send your comments to Tony Sherrard, FDOT Project Manager, at the address listed at the bottom of the sheet. You also can make comments on the study website, www.cortezbridge.com. The Florida Department of Transportation thanks you for attending this Alternatives public meeting about the future of Cortez Bridge.